Hey guys, how you going? Hope you're all doing very well. I'm back. I'm going to be doing another movie review, so hopefully you find this one interesting. This is an adventure film from France, French language, English subs, released in the year 2010, directed by Luc Besson. And this movie is called The Extraordinary Adventures of Adele Blanc-Sec. And the story to this one is as follows. Paris, 1912. Adele Blanc-Sec, an intrepid reporter, teams up with an archaeologist desperate to achieve notoriety, and together they find themselves in Egypt, struggling with mummies of all kinds. Meanwhile, Paris panics as a 136-million-year-old pterodactyl egg mysteriously hatches in the botanical gardens, and the prehistoric birds start spreading terror. Not enough to destabilize Adele Blanc-Sec, whose adventures reveal many more extraordinary surprises. So it really is a bizarre and outrageous story. Adele Blanc-Sec is the main character. She is a reporter. She's also an adventurer. So she's kind of like a female version of Indiana Jones. So she is in Egypt to start the film, and she is robbing a pyramid of its mummy. Now this, I'm not going to tell you why, but she goes to Paris with this mummy in order to get a gain in her personal life. I'm not going to tell you, but something very tragic happened in her personal life that requires this mummy. So meanwhile, while she was away in Paris, a 136-million-year-old pterodactyl egg has mysteriously hatched. And this pterodactyl has come out and it's causing havoc upon the city of Paris. Now, Adele Blanc-Sec's mentor, this mentor plays a big role in what she wants to gain from her personal life, but he has been put in prison because he has been seen as the reason why this egg has hatched. So Adele Blanc-Sec can't go through with what she wants in order to save someone very close to her without the mentor's help. So she goes on an adventure to get her mentor out of prison, and at the same time escape the authorities and basically do what she set out to do in order to save this person who is very close to her. So I know it's a very vague description, but I really don't want to give anything away. It's a very outrageous movie and it kind of develops. So the less I say, the better. If you want to know how this movie unfolds, please go out there and see this film for yourself, because that's as far as I'm going with the synopsis. Now my thoughts on the film. I really didn't know what to expect with this one. I got it based on the fact that Luc Besson directed it, and it's something a little bit different to what I expect from Luc Besson. He made Leon the Professional, which is regarded as one of the all-time classic action films. He's directed The Fifth Element, which is a sci-fi kind of film. So this one, it's an action film, but it's of a different kind. This is a really family-friendly sort of film. There are some moments in the movie that might upset very young children, but it really, genuinely, it's a family film, so it doesn't have any shocking element. So it really is a nice, fun, clean ride. Now, Luc Besson, he has achieved something really unique in this film, very special, but I do feel that although it was different to what he usually does, I kind of felt this was more of an imitation of Jean-Pierre Jeunet. He tried to do the quirkiness, but I feel that although it comes across as, a little bit bizarre, a little bit quirky, I felt that Jean-Pierre Jeunet's quirkiness comes more naturally. This one was kind of force-fed to the audience. It kind of went out of its way to be outrageous. And for that, I thought that, it's clear that Luc Besson has taken inspiration from Jean-Pierre Jeunet, because this is something that you'd expect Jean-Pierre Jeunet to direct, because it does have his feel. It's a very outrageous sort of environment. Cinematography is very bright coloured, and the characters are very caricatured. They're not real people. They're exaggerated to the point where it's almost a comic. So it's kind of like from a different dimension, and that's why I compare it to the works of Jean-Pierre Jeunet. And as far as my opinion is concerned, I think no one does surreal atmospheres and caricatures better than Mr. Jean-Pierre Jeunet. But unfortunately for Luc Besson, although I do feel, this is a good film, but unfortunately it doesn't quite get to the levels of the other director that I've just mentioned. Now, for an epic film, I felt that it could have been a little bit more expansive on some of the subplots that the film had going for it. I thought there were some interesting characters that weren't really utilised to full potential, which is a little bit disappointing. But the story that is in front of you is interesting enough. The movie does go along at a very brisk pace. There is some very good humour put into it. It's a very intelligently written script. It'll make you think, it'll make you laugh, and there's also some emotional parts in it as well. It's typical French. As I said, the music is very French, and just the way the story unfolds, it's very different from what you get in the usual sort of Hollywood stuff. It's a very European film, so if you're not a fan of European cinema, I would say stay away. But I genuinely felt that this was a very funny film. It's very well made. As I said, it was a little bit force-fed as far as quirkiness is concerned, but if you can look past that, or if you're not even familiar with Jean-Pierre Jeunet's work, you might get something a little bit more from this. But as a Jean-Pierre Jeunet fan, I felt that I was reminded constantly of his work, and unfortunately it just didn't reach the level of his work. But Luc Besson has proven that he is a versatile sort of director. The acting was very good. As I said, caricatures, so they had a little bit of fun with their roles, which I really enjoyed, and it came across as I said, it came across as a fantasy, sort of different dimension. So if that's your kind of thing, I would definitely say give this one a shot. It's an adventure film, so think of Indiana Jones in a female version. She goes to Egypt, she's battling all these outrageous people, and then she comes back to Paris. You've got a very strange police or private detective. You've got a very strange mercenary in the corner there. You just see their faces. It's all just, it's exaggerated sort of attributes, as well as the whole story. As I said, it's a prehistoric pterodactyl is terrorizing Paris. So that's the kind of film you're getting yourself in for. So overall, I'm giving this 4 stars. For an adventure film, it is a lot of fun. Don't expect anything too in-depth, and you'll get a lot out of it. So I didn't know what to expect with this one, but what I got was a really, really fun film that the whole family can enjoy. So for The Extraordinary Adventures of Adele Blanc-Sec, it is getting 4 stars. Alright guys, that's my review. Hope you enjoyed it. Till next time, keep watching movies, and I'll see you later. Bye.